Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching the video. I'm always grateful for that. And got some news for you guys today. I'm going to give you all an update on the efforts amongst a pretty large group of Bassmaster Elite Series pros to ban forward-facing sonar, putting pressure on the organization themselves. We're going to go into that a little bit. I think you guys are going to find it interesting because things are changing and things are moving really fast right now. So we're going to get into that. Real quick, guys, before we get started, just wanted to remind you a couple quick housekeeping tips here. Please swing by if you get a chance, fishthemoment.com. Check out our virtual lessons and our lake map breakdowns. Lake map breakdowns, we've got our fall maps out. You guys, we actually got all 4 seasons out, but fall maps are up on the website right now. These are good places or good resources to learn more about your favorite lake or get some spots that if you don't know anything about the lake. And if one of the lakes you fish is not on our breakdown list, you can book a virtual lesson with me and we can go over any lake you want to in the country on a Zoom call. So I'll put the link in the description there. Okay guys, here's what's happening. I'm gonna keep you updated because things are changing really quick. Things are moving fast. And what I'm going to tell you here, guys, this is based upon my sources. I've got some pretty reliable sources with the industry. I want to reiterate that this is, at this point, this is speculation, but I also want to reiterate the fact that this speculation is backed up by some pretty substantial verified sources. So I tend to lend a lot of credibility to this. But apparently what happened is last week there was a big movement. A lot of the Elite Series pros sent letters into Bassmaster voicing their opinion that they wanted forward-facing sonar banned for a lot of the reasons we talked about. And Bass is sort of in the process of feeling out everybody else to get their opinion of it, what they want to do with it. Now, a couple different thoughts on this. Obviously, they're going to have to address this. Bassmaster is going to have to address this and make some decision on it in the near future. But a couple different points I want to bring up here beforehand. First of all, this entire thing should be transparent. One of the things that Bassmaster needs to realize that they could build their stock up amongst everybody in this country is if they became 100% transparent right now about it. And they said, we realize this forward-facing sonar is dividing our bass fishing community. Well, not dividing it because so many people don't want it. It's an 80-20 split. 80% don't want it, 20% do. But if they brought this to the forefront and they said, we are going to survey a group of anglers or whatever, and we're going to make a decision and we're going to honor the angler's request, do you realize how much respect that would garnish them in the eyes of the public, which is their consumers out there? But here is the problem that I see Bassmaster making right now. They're basically going to sample and they're going to poll the Elite Series anglers. That's not the group they need to poll there, because in my opinion, you're going to have like a 50-50 split, because the Bassmaster Elite Series pros do not represent a good segment of the reality of the situation. Most of the Bassmaster Elite Series pros, I think it's going to be a 50-50 split. 50% want it, 50% don't, simply because you have a younger group of anglers that are more tech savvy, so you're going to be weighed down more towards the pro forward-facing sonar side. So it sort of creates this illusion that doesn't exist. What Bassmaster needs to do, they don't need to poll the Elite Series pros, because that's like polling a group of foxes out there if you guys want doors on the hen house or not. It's like you're giving the fox the opportunity to decide if they want a guarded hen house or not. That's not the way it needs to be. The way it needs to be is that they need to poll the viewership. They need to place a poll on Bassmaster.com for the viewership of the Bassmaster television show and say, do you guys want to watch forward-facing, sonar shows? Obviously, we all know what's going to happen. There's going to be anywhere between 70 to 85% of the viewers say that we don't want to see this, or it's ridiculous, we tune out every time it's on, and that's going to give them their answer there. And the problem that they're going to have is if they go by the wishes of the Elite Series pros, even though I think it's going to be pretty even across the board there, they are not doing themselves any service, because their customer base is the viewers. It's not the Elite Series pros. The Elite Series pros are not keeping Bassmaster.com in business. It's the viewers of the television show and the people that read the magazine, people that read the website like that. That's the people they need to be concerned about. So my advice to Bassmaster out there is, you guys are polling and you guys are listening to the wrong group of people. Yeah, obviously, the Elite Series pros, should have some type of a voice in it. But if you're looking at this thing strictly from a financial viewpoint, which I believe Bassmaster is at this point, or they would never have allowed it to begin with, the true sampling needs to be done within the viewership there. And here's one final thing I want to leave Bassmaster with and all the public out there. All you guys have to do is go back and look at the press release that Bassmaster put out when they decided to ban the A-rig. They basically said they decided to ban their A-rig, to make a long story short, because they wanted to protect the tradition of the sport more. They felt that the Elite Series anglers did not need that type of advantage, and there was an advantage to just the traditional means of fishing with one rod and one reel. So they banned it based upon that. It's the same thing with forward-facing sonar, guys. There's no difference. If you look at that press release on that ban of the Alabama rig, you can apply that way of thinking directly to forward-facing sonar. But the problem is there wasn't a ton of money to be had in advertising dollars or sponsor fees from the A-rig out there. That's why you see us having to put up with this stupid forward-facing sonar out there. So anyway, guys, this is a hot topic. It's moving fast right now. I would encourage everybody to contact Bassmaster.com, voice your opposition to the A-rig, do the right thing, fight the good fight for the sustainability of our resource, fight for the conservation of our sport, fight for what traditional bass fishing really is meant and means to be. So many different things. We've talked about this before. I did the podcast on Bass University. If you guys didn't get a chance, I did a podcast with Pete Glusick on Bassmaster University yesterday talking about all this. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. Like I said, we'll probably hear something within the next week or so, and hopefully Bassmaster will do the right thing and put an end to this forward-facing sonar before it destroys our sport, which it will destroy our sport. The only variable is how long it's going to take to do so. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk later. See you.